I took a few times money from the register.
You took money from the register? Why are you doing this?
Like I told them it's for school and I had to pay out of pocket.
You're paying for college?
Yeah, so I did get a scholarship, but there's parts where I have to pay it back. It's over. It's over the decade.
November 25th, 2024, Orlando, Florida. 2 Orlando police officers respond to a Macy store. A 24-year-old sales associate had been stealing cash from her register for 3 months, totaling $2,100. The real issue is not whether she took the money. She admitted that herself. The issue is whether every step the officer took held up to constitutional scrutiny.
It's an employee. We just interviewed. We have her stealing cash throughout the course of 3 months that she was here.
Multiple occasions, or?
So it's a total of 2,100 and something. So she's in law.
Are you the supervisor? Or
She is the loss prevention.
okay.
So everything crime related, that's one of them over here.
Okay. All right.
They will make every decision you need them to make.
Okay.
Finishing up the stealing right now.
Okay.
Okay. I can go grab books and.
You don't need anything. She has everything here.
Okay.
They don't take her booklets anymore
Okay.
because they already have her stacked this much.
Okay.
She writes her own statement.
Okay.
So she has a digital statement.
Okay.
You still have to review the statement. Make sure she enters all the information there.
Okay.
Like anybody else, they're human beings. Sometimes they're typing, they forget something.
Mm-hmm.
And then normally she will print you your copy. Seems secure for now.
So it's good.
Which one she's at? Where's she at?
Last one.
She's with someone?
Yeah, she's still with them. Lenny.
Hello.
I think you can go.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me know if you need anything else, okay?
Can I use your chair, sir?
Yeah.
Help yourself. Thank you.
Hello. Good evening. How are you?
Hi, how are you? Let me get out of y'all's way. I'm sorry.
How are you, ma'am?
Thank you, Lenny.
Good evening.
I'm Officer Gonzalez with Orlando Police.
I'm Officer Wallace.
That's my partner, Officer Wallace. What is your name now?
Miranda.
You have your ID with you?
It's in the car.
It's in the car?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know why we're here?
I do.
You do. Okay. So, you're not under arrest or anything, but under Florida law, every time I go talk to somebody, I have to read their Miranda rights, right? I'm sure you've seen in TV shows and stuff. So, like I said, you're not under arrest. You're good. Take your time. Is that your water? If you want to take a sip of water or anything, you can take this sip of water. I'll read your constitutional rights, your Miranda rights. If you have any questions at any minute, just stop me and I'll explain it to you. Okay? You have the right to remain silent. Do you understand? Is that a yes? Okay. Anything you say may be used against you in court. Do you understand? Yes. Can you just verbate it just for the recording? If it's a yes or no? You did.
Yeah.
Yes? Okay. You have the right to talk to a lawyer before every question. Do you understand? Yes. If you cannot afford a lawyer, then one will be provided for you before questioning without charge. Do you understand? Do you want to take the lawyer? Okay. Has anyone threatened you or promised you anything to get you to talk to me? No? Okay. Alright. How old are you?
21.
21?
24.
24? Okay. Any kids or anything? No? Who do you live with? Your parents? You're from Orlando or? Okay. So we got called here for allegations of some missing money, right? I'm assuming Macy's already talked to you about it. So I'm here to get your side of the story of what happened, right? I'm usually pretty up forward and I'm honest to the person. That's why I tell you, there's no secret to why I'm here, okay? How long you been working for Macy's?
It would be 4 months.
4 months. And what is your job here at Macy's?
Sales associate in sunglasses.
Sunglasses. So you sell sunglasses? Okay. And part of your duties as associate at Sunglass Hut Do you do cash transactions when you sell sunglasses? Okay. So the allegations that Macy's is doing is that it's been some discrepancy on your cash register, right? Are you aware of that? Can you tell me what happened?
To keep it short, I mean, I took a few times money from the register.
You took money from the register. Do you have any idea how many times?
A few times.
A few times. We're talking 3, we're talking 10, we're talking 50.
Oh, it was less than 10.
Less than 10. And do you know how much money you took? 2,100?
Yeah, that's what they said, yeah.
Well, that's what they're saying. How much do you think you took?
I estimated under 1,000.
Under 1,000?
Mhm.
Okay. Like, on the times that you took, what was the largest amount you ever took in one day?
400.
400. And then what was the least amount you took in one day?
I think it was like $60.
60 bucks. How you were doing?
How?
Yeah.
Um,
Like you were waiting till the end of the day, or when the customer hands you the money, you didn't put inside the register, or how do you do?
no, it was whenever I closed or opened the register.
When you're closed or open the register, and then you will take the money out?
So if it was in closing, I would take it from the deposit.
What do you mean by the deposit? Like the money that you would have sent it to another employee to make the bank deposit?
Yes, or like here at Macy's, we would go upstairs and we would like throw it into like this mail thingy,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess they send it out to somebody or something. Like we'll put it in a bag, in a deposit bag.
Okay. And then when you put on deposit bag, do you seal that bag?
Yeah.
Okay. So because this is where I'm asking some of those questions, okay? And I appreciate your honesty. I appreciate your telling me that you took some of the money. But I hate saying like, hey, you know, it's $2,100, right? As Macy's saying $2,100, but you're saying, hey, I estimate less than 1,000. So I want to make sure there's no other person involved on this
Oh no.
that could be, even without your knowledge, taking that money later.
Without my knowledge, I wouldn't know.
Right, that's why I'm saying, like, I want to make sure, like, your bags were always sealed, right? Like, when you did your deposit. Because, like, I never worked for Macy's, right? But all my young ages. So I worked for other stores, and I actually worked for a bank at one point. And I'm assuming it's kind of pretty similar to what you have here. So, like, when I worked on a bank, at the end of the day, they call you batch, right? Which you count your money, and then you put all that information, and your computer system is supposed to match. Okay, he's supposed to have $3,000 cash. When you count your money, it puts in there, yes, it matches $3,000 cash. And then we take all that money out. We actually had it to put in order. If it was like $2,000, we were supposed to, all hundreds were supposed to wrap it in $2,000. And then we put on the seal envelope that I seal, and I also had to initial the envelope. And then I go to the drawer, which is like the chute we call, where you put your money and then you close.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. The little mail thing upstairs. I call it a mail thing, but it's like a little shoe.
Yeah. So after, when you close your money, like you count your money, how much average money you had a day?
That varied a lot because there were some days where there was no deposit, some days where
Like all your sales were like credit cards and stuff like that?
Mhm.
And then, but what is the, like, I'll say, what is the largest amount you ever had on your drawer?
Like in total?
Yeah. Like on your sales, right? Did you have a minimum amount that you start?
Yeah, 300.
You start with 300.
Mm-hmm.
And then whatever you sell cash, then it's
That's the deposit.
that amount plus the 300?
Well, I don't know if it's plus the 300.
Well, but you send that 300 back, or you keep that 300 on your drawer?
No, so the drawer itself always
Has 300.
has to have $300. So then if there's more than $300, when there's cash payments throughout the day, then that's the deposit that we would, put in the chute.
Mm-hmm.
So then every day will be $300 a register, morning, night,
So if you had no sales, you had a $300,
Correct.
right? Now, if you sold $1,500 in cash, then you would have a total of 18, which is the 300 plus the 1,500.
I believe that's how it works.
Okay. All right. Why are you doing this?
Like I told them, it's for school, not out of pay out of pocket.
You're paying for college?
Yeah, so I did get a scholarship, but there's parts where I have to pay back. And I have an upcoming trip. I know it sounds stupid, but I have an upcoming trip next month, and I'm short on money on that.
Where are you going?
Cancun,
For how long?
a week,
A week? Going with friends, family?
with my boyfriend.
That's fine. Where are you going to school at?
Valencia.
Valencia College? What are you taking?
What
classes?
It's medical assistant with EKG.
Oh, very good. How far are you in?
I just started.
How long is the program?
It's an accelerated course, so it's like 4 months.
Oh, those are hard.
Yeah. And it's 2 days a week. But I'm using that as a stepping stone to like do nursing later
Yes,
on.
very
So.
good. It's probably one of the best industries. I wish I had a thought and went to the medical field instead.
It's hard.
It is hard, and I don't know if I can do it. So, but it's a beautiful profession, I'll tell you that. You know, I think it's extremely rewarding. So I see every day, like we go to hospitals every day, we see people every day. So I have my kids in the hospital at times, and I'll tell you, like, it's extremely rewarding. It's a beautiful profession. I hope you can continue, especially if that's your dream. I hope you can continue and succeed, because it's amazing. How much are you paying for school? Like, how much money you're short?
Sorry.
No, you're good. Mm-hmm.
I'm like 6,000 short.
6,000? How much is the program?
Oh my gosh.
It's okay, take your time.
It's over. It's over. 10K.
Right around the 9-minute mark, Officer Gonzalez asks why. The subject says she needed money for school and for a trip to Cancun. That is the hinge moment. Because under Miranda versus Arizona, 384 United States 436, Miranda warnings are required before custodial interrogation. The standard is whether a reasonable person would feel free to end the encounter and leave. Officer Gonzalez told her she was not under arrest, which is a strong signal she was not in custody. Still, the officer read her Miranda rights before asking a single question about the theft. That is not a violation. That is a surplus protection, and it matters. Because once she waived those rights and started talking, every word she said became admissible. Watch what she volunteers in the next few minutes.
So you got like tuition for like 40% of it. Alright, still quite a lot of money. I paid myself through the police academy, and the police academy cost me $5K. You know, and to me that was a lot. You know, the only difference that the police academy is full-time, so it's extremely hard for you to work. So I had to work most weekends and stuff, and I 100% understand, you know, what you're having to go through. Do you have any plans to stop? What was your goal, like, besides the trip? And like, it was like once you paid off your college, that was when you were kind of like gonna stop, or
No, I was gonna stop after the last
the one from yesterday? How much was the one from yesterday?
100.
$100. Do you regret? At any point you thought, as you were doing, like, I can get caught and I can go to jail? You thought about it. Is there anything that I forgot to ask that you want to add, that you think is important? Anything on your side, or anything that I missed? No. Would you like to write an apology letter to Macy's?
Can I say verbally or have to write it?
Prefer in writing, just because it's easier, because I'll have to turn all this information to a judge, and it's easier for the judge to see in writing than have to watch my entire body cam. You have zero obligations in doing it, okay? If you don't want to do it, that's fine. You know, this is 0% obligation. I only ask, I normally give the opportunity to everybody. Once I see that they have some remorse, that have some regret of doing, just for, you know, for court purpose. But if you don't want to do one now, you can always do one later. You can actually, if we get the chance to go in front of the judge, you can tell and talk to the judge over there. That's up to you.
Oh yeah, I'll wait.
That's okay. All right.
So what's like the whole, like,
The process right now. Okay, I'm gonna go get her side of the story again. I want to see like everything that she has, her statement, the evidence, and everything, and then we're gonna go from there. Most likely, you know, and you're probably gonna be going to jail today. Okay, you will have a bond. You'll be able to make phone calls and everything from the jail to get your family to help you out, to bond you out. You're also allowed to bond yourself out if you have any cash or card. But based on the little that I already saw it, and if it continues that they are willing to prosecute, my hands are tied on that. I have no choice but to take you to jail today.
so which choice? Who has to say to that?
Macy's. They're the victims of the crime. So I'm just the mitigator here, and you know, as Florida law works, every time there is a crime, the decision comes from the victim, with few exceptions, right? And those few exceptions, I mean domestic violence, homicide, and stuff like that. Homicides because the victim can't speak, right? So on this case, which is a theft, you're being charged with theft, and then the victim is Macy's. So I know they were making a couple phone calls to their superiors and stuff to trying to get the final decision. If the decision is made to prosecute you, then I will be taking you to Orange County Jail for processing. Okay? The way it works is you will go there. I will do my paperwork. Once I complete my paperwork, you get processed to Orange County Jail. Have you ever been arrested? I assume no, right? Okay. So you get processed. Okay. This process can take, today's Monday, so I don't expect them to be too busy. So I'll say probably 4 hours, 3 hours, right? Fair to say? About 3 or 4 hours if you need to bond yourself out. You're going to have a bond. I don't know how much your bond is going to be yet. It can be, it's probably going to be somewhere around $2,500. Now, if you go with the bonds person, you pay 10% of that money, okay? Which would be, let's say, if it's $2,500, 10% is $250. You pay that $250, you get out, but you will have a court date. And then your court date will probably be anywhere 3 to 6 months. You get assigned a defense attorney, which they will represent you for free, unless you want to hire your own private attorney. If you want to hire your own private attorney, you just tell the state defense attorney that you don't need him, that you have your own attorney. If you want to talk to the defense attorney first, the public defender's office, you talk to them, get everything with them, and then if you okay with him and want to use him, there's a minimum cost for you. Okay? Until until we go to court, either, solve the case one way or other. All right? You have any questions for me right now?
I mean, so when I go to court, like, what's the solution? Like, what happened after that? Because I already admitted to pay back.
Okay, so you can mention that to your attorney, okay, that you agree to pay back Macy's full reimbursement and all that, and he can work with Macy's on that, okay? again, I'm telling you some of this stuff. I'm not the best person because I'm not an attorney, right? I'm just speaking on my experience itself. So your attorney will give you more details to what's the solution or the outcome of your case, in a later time. But make it simple, especially without being an attorney. We have every case, we have a couple solutions. One is the state attorney dismissing the case, okay, which means the state attorney reviews everything that says we don't have enough evidence to prosecute her, and they dismiss the case. Okay, the second solution is you coming with the agreement between you and the victim, but with that, both attorneys have to be involved. The state attorney's office and defense attorney's office, you and Macy's, the four of you will have to come in some form of agreement, right? Which possibly be like, hey, Macy's wants you to reimburse them $2,100. Don't ever apply for a job at Macy's again. Boom, that's one solution. I'm just saying as example. I'm not saying that it will happen, okay? And the third one is Macy's doesn't agree on the solution of getting paid. They want more. They want you to pay for, and then, there is more repercussion when it comes to Florida state law. And then they can say, hey, she doesn't have any priors. We're going to give her probation, or we're going to give her jail time, or whatever the judges decide in a later time. So those are like some of the outcomes possible. I know it's extremely stressful if you've never been in this situation. Unfortunately, we still have to go through the process, okay? But I will not make any decision until you talk to your attorney. See where I'm going? You're going to have an attorney appointed to you, okay? You're going to have a defense attorney appointed to you. So talk to your defense attorney, talk to your attorney, let him review all the evidence on the case before you make some decision or something. Okay? Because they are the ones that can give you better advice than me, your friends, or unless your friends are attorney, or just searching online on Google or something. Because I know you will do it. Because everybody does it. Okay? So just bear with me. Let me finish with them. My partner's going to stay here, and I'll be right back, okay? You have any questions?
No, I was just looking up this one. What's your name again? Mariana. Do you mind standing up for me, please? Is this your phone? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, go ahead and stand up for me. All right, place your hands behind your back.
Wait, can I make a call?
No, you mean what? So you'll make a call when you get to the jail?
We'll make a call. You don't want to call your family or something?
Yeah.
I'll help you with that.
Echo 39, you check.
For my boyfriend.
That's fine. We'll do that.
All right.
Echo 39, which I'm for.
Wait, can I come up?
Give me one. Oh, go ahead. Shoot.
We'll call him when we get to the jail. Before we go inside. Yeah, I can. I'll let you do that. Normally, I don't let people do that, but I will let you make the phone call. I'll help you. You call from your phone, and then you're allowed to take once you go inside the jail. They will allow you to take, I believe, up to 3 numbers out of your phone and have on a piece of paper to make more phone calls. And then over there, you can also make as many phone calls as you want.
Sir, do we need any of this?
Nope.
That's all Macy stuff.
Any questions for us? No? Alright, just send me the video when you can, and that's it. Thank you.
Have a good one. Thank you. Alright, that's it, man.
You guys didn't request for trespass or anything, right? Oh, okay. Do you have anything on your locker here, or do you have a locker, or in the car? You have your car keys? Right there. Okay.
All right, I'll get it in a minute. Let's just stand behind here. I'm gonna pat you down before I place you in the car. Do you have anything on you that could possibly hurt me, harm me? Stick me, poke me.
Okay, face the front. Wipe your stance. About like 2 steps sideways up.
All right, right in.
Big steps.
Right out just a little more. Thank you.
Ma'am, where's your car parked at?
Oh, that's on the right.
On this side right here?
Yeah.
Right here. What color is it?
Like a blue gray, a Hyundai.
Blue, gray, Hyundai. Spark right here to the right. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, I'm put you in on the other side.
If anything, my parents could pick up the car.
They can, but they have a spare key?
They have a spare
Okay, then you can call them from the jail and have them come pick it up. But normally, the mall, as long as they know and stuff, they don't tow it or anything, so. And they will keep the eye out. But it's better, since your property's inside, it's better if your parents come pick up later on.
All right, just take a look.
Could I get my bag there?
No, we can't go in there right now.
There's nothing inside the vehicle, correct? Or anything, any contraband or anything that appears after you come out, you'll be charged with it, okay? Just let you know. Just say that. Probably because of the way you're sitting, and if you're moving your hands.
It's going to be a short ride. It's less than 5 minutes.
Now here is what the legal record looks like after the interview. Florida Statute 812.014 defines grand theft as the unlawful taking of property valued at $750 or more. At $2,100, the store's figure, this is a clear third-degree felony. Up to 5 years imprisonment or probation under Florida Statute 775.082. While the subject estimated she took under $1,000, that self-reported number does not control the charge. The victim's documented loss does, and the loss prevention record said $2,100. That said, her own estimate actually supports the defense. If she can show the actual loss was below certain thresholds, the degree of the charge could shift. That is for her attorney to litigate. On the fraud charge, the SRT alone does not establish the basis. Fraud under Florida Statute 817.568 requires a knowing misrepresentation with intent to defraud. If she manipulated register records or deposit totals to conceal the shortfall, that conduct would support the charge. The Bodycam alone cannot confirm this. Verification against the arrest report is required. On voluntariness, the confession stands on solid ground. No promises of leniency were made. The officer stated explicitly that the decision to prosecute rested with Macy's, not with him. Under the totality of circumstances test for voluntariness, the subject was calm, coherent, and offered details without being pressed. That is a textbook voluntary statement following a valid waiver. Now, Officer Gonzalez told the subject Miranda was required every time he talks to someone. That overstates the standard. Miranda attaches to custodial interrogation, not every police conversation. The practical consequence here is minor, because reading rights early is never a violation, but the explanation given to the subject was inaccurate, and that is worth noting. Defense attorneys have successfully argued that a misstatement of Miranda's scope, even when paired with a correct advisement, creates ambiguity about what the subject actually waived. Officer Gonzalez handled the interview professionally. He offered water, spoke plainly about the process, made no promises, and gave the subject a detailed walkthrough of bond, attorneys, and court options. He also voluntarily allowed her to save phone contacts before transport. That is not required by law. It reflects discretion used well. The procedural record here is strong, with one exception. The overstated Miranda explanation is the one mark against an otherwise clean encounter. Accurate procedure paired with an inaccurate explanation is not a constitutional failure, but it is avoidable. Miss Mariana was cooperative from start to finish. She waived her rights, admitted the theft, provided amounts, explained her method, and did not minimize until pressed on the total. That cooperation likely shaped the outcome. 2 days in jail, 12 months of probation, and a theft awareness course is a lenient result for a third-degree felony conviction. It is also worth being direct. The motive, school costs and a vacation, does not change the legal classification. Grand theft is a felony, regardless of why the money was taken. First, for anyone in an employee theft investigation. When an officer reads you Miranda rights, the conversation has crossed into territory where your words will be used formally. The correct response at that moment is to say you want an attorney, not to volunteer a full narrative. Miss Mariana's admission came freely, and that admission did most of the prosecution's work for them. Second, for law enforcement conducting post-investigation interviews, reading Miranda early is tactically sound. Explaining why inaccurately is a liability you do not need to create. The correct framing is simple. Given the nature of this conversation, I want to make sure your rights are protected, that is accurate, defensible, and does not invite a suppression argument. Third, for anyone watching how these cases typically resolve, cooperation, a clean prior record, and a documented willingness to make restitution are factors courts weigh at sentencing. This case produced a lenient outcome, precisely because all three were present. That is not luck. That is how the Florida criminal justice system exercises discretion on first offense property crimes. If there's an interrogation or an investigation worth this kind of scrutiny, drop it in the comments below. The law is only as strong as the people who insist on examining how it was applied. Thanks for watching.